How are we doing, guys? Moose here, Season 1, Episode 13 of our West Ham United career mode, and we got a great episode here. We're going to have an FA Cup match against Spurs, bookended by a couple BPL matches against Norwich City and Southampton as we move forward here, knowing we are going to be in the Capital One Cup final, which will happen in a couple episodes. I'm actually thinking about doing a live episode for that one, just because it'll be interesting to see the reactions in regular time as opposed to, commentary over the top, just to see how I'm really, I do get into this career mode. I have a great time with it. It's a lot of fun to do, and it's good fun to share with everyone as well. But as we see, Adrian accepts the contract offer that we offered him. He just asked for an increase in wages, and that's fine with us. He's been playing sensational. He's gone up in by 3 in overall since the beginning of the season. He's been fantastic. We also see that Carlton Cole wants to play in the upcoming match, doesn't want to be in the subs, but that said, we have Andy Carroll back. We're not going to give up Andy Carroll's place in the team. We also have Lacazette, who's ahead of him on the depth chart as well. We're also playing a formation that doesn't really suit him. So that said, we're going to get into it here with Norwich. As we take a look at the table, we are actually in 4th, which is a little bit unbelievable, but if you take a look at the teams, they haven't really been performing as well as your normal top 4, top 5 of the Premier League do. Additionally, we also did have a great run of form that we won, I think, 6 in the league in a row, but we were playing teams that are bottom 10 of the table, and now when we actually get into a run of games against teams that are high in the table, we have your Chelseas, your Evertons, we still have City and Arsenal for the second time, Man United, teams like Spurs, who are certainly going to be looking to get a game back on us that we had beaten them earlier in the year. It's something that, is going to be much tougher than we anticipated, and I don't expect us to stay in that position. Honestly, I don't even really want to be in the Champions League next year because I don't think our team is ready for it. But early on here, cross sent in from Lacazette, I believe, and it's nearly put in for an own goal. It's not for being cleared off the line by the goalkeeper with a kick of all things, but a great play. Norwich come back to their first real opportunity, and Gary Hooper at the back post with a header buries a nice cross in from Nathan Redmond, who actually was one of our top wingers last year in our West Ham career mode. But he plays the ball into Gary Hooper. It's a good finish from him. You'd hope Adrian would do a little better. He wants to get over quicker as it comes to his far post, the back post. But it's a good header and a good finish. Fair now with a great ball into Hooper, looking for a second chance, and Kieran Trippier with an unbelievable tackle to cancel out Gary Hooper's chance. But Norwich again pound on the pressure. We clear the ball away on a free kick, and it frees Lacazette in a great bit of counter-attacking play. This is really where we shine. Carroll plays a nice ball to Matt Jarvis, continues the through ball to Ravel Morrison as we just keep powering forward. Morrison cuts in here on his right foot, on his stronger foot, has a shot, and puts it inches wide of the top right corner. So disappointing not to get on the score sheet for us, but Norwich trying to counter. Howson plays a beautiful ball over the top through the gap to Whitaker coming forward, plays the ball to the back post. It hits the back post. Gary Hooper onside is able to just smash it in off the volley, and it's 2-0 at home to Norwich. So really disappointing here as we give the ball away sloppily, and Norwich on the counterattack, but Rat is able to win back possession, plays a beautiful ball to the top to Lacazette, comes in, tries to go for a finesse, and a good save from the Norwich keeper, and Lacazette's unable to put it away. But 56 minutes now, the ball played to Lacazette again, who's been dropping deep a little bit, and he does make nice runs there. Lacazette then finds Andy Carroll on the through ball. It's a really good piece of play. Chips it back to Lacazette, and look at that finish. A perfect volley from Alexander Lacazette in the 57th minute, and that is a sensational second goal for him as he gets us back into the game at 2-1. Carroll with just a nice little floated pass through and a simple volley there. Doesn't try and hit it too hard, just puts it on target right where he wants it. It's a beautiful goal from Lacazette, pure class in the finish. As Jarvis plays the ball to Ravel Morrison now in the 64th minute. We're trying to get back into it. Plays a great ball to the top to Andy Carroll. Comes in, tries for the chip of the on-rushing goalkeeper. Has the power for it, but just not the accuracy. Lacks the finish, and it's a tough one to take there. But Lacazette, who's really been involved here, plays the ball wide to Ravel Morrison, sees the run of Lacazette. He gets a fortunate bounce here in the 79th minute. Tries to play the ball in. Falls to Morrison off a deflection, has a shot, and just wide of the post as he looked to equalize. But Norwich in the 86th minute looking to put a dagger on it as Trippier gets beaten here by Pilkington. Bit sloppy play, and Hooper with a simple headed finish from the edge of the 6-yard box. 3-1, a hat trick for Gary Hooper, and really disappointing as it looks like we're going to drop the points. Another great ball to the top for Andy Carroll. He has a shot and just pokes it inches wide. We really were getting to them with those through balls over the top, but just lacked the finishing on a few occasions. And this game, disappointing. 50% possession. We did have plenty more shots. We just couldn't seem to be able to get him on target to test the keeper. Nolan with a tough run of form as he came in as a substitute and didn't play particularly well. No one really had a great game. But to be fair, when you look at the highlights, a lot of the plays actually did look really good. Players played well. It doesn't really show up on the ratings, but it's a tough loss to take. So now we move into the FA Cup against Tottenham Hotspur, who we did defeat 2-0 earlier in the year in the BPL. It was a beautiful victory, but as you can see, we're playing with a really changed-up team. Yaskaline in goal, Lascelles and Collins getting starts in the center of the park, Carlson, Diame, Downing's in a team, Nolan, Carlton Cole does get a start up front in this one, so he should be happy about that. Spurs, they're playing a pretty strong lineup. They have guys like Holtby, Soldado, Defoe, plenty of good players there, Townsend, Sigurdsson. So really a tough squad that are basically our second team starting 11's going to have to face. So definitely going to be an effort we want to put in here. But Defoe, a couple chances, and we actually give away a penalty. Stewart Downing here called for a foul. And it's actually a pretty tough foul to call. They don't give him a booking. They don't give him a card or anything. Not really sure. I mean, he blocks the ball, and then he's just going in. He actually hits Dembele, who's not even making a play on the ball, and they give away a penalty. I went to clear the ball, and he ends up making a sliding tackle because the ball bounced away from him, unfortunately. And that leads to Soldado putting that away. And as you can see, he has 20 goals in all competitions, which means he's having an absolutely fantastic year for Spurs, which he isn't having in real life. But Townsend makes a great run here. We're opened up beautifully. But what a tackle by, I think it was Lascelles actually, makes a fantastic tackle to clear things away. And we get a nice chance with a great bit of passing. The ball's played to Vaste, and really this game was terrible. No chances to speak of at all. That was the 74th minute and nothing doing. Downing now plays the ball to Nolan. Great ball playing to Maiga, who comes on as a substitute, and he plays a nice ball to Kevin Nolan, but he just doesn't have the pace to keep onto it. And that's one real thing about Kevin Nolan. If you're going to play him in that cam role where he's right behind the striker trying to get involved in the play, he needs to have a touch of pace to be able to get onto balls and link up with the striker a bit. And he just doesn't have that. As you can see, he gets forward. He's right there. If Maiga gives him a little bit of a better ball, he could get a shot off, but he just doesn't have the pace to run onto it, and the center half's able to get onto it, clear it away. Tottenham move the ball up here now to Paulinho, trying to create something. Lascelles is going to latch onto it, just clear the ball long, trying to create something, but the referee blows the full-time whistle, and that's the game right there. 1-0 loss on a tough penalty call, something that's you can't really do anything about, but they call the penalty. Soldado puts it away, and we don't get hardly any chances in this game. Neither team really did much of anything. Tottenham was 61% of possession. They really did just kind of hold the ball. We pressured them pretty well. They didn't get any chances out of it, really, but they did play a solid game. Lascelles, though, can't say enough about this youngster with a sensational game at the back wing, man of the match. Carlson actually put in a really good performance as well, so a couple good performances out of them. Obviously, the only goal we conceded on a penalty, which you can't blame either of the two center halves for. And we are out of the FA Cup, though, as you can go back and take a look at the bracket. Now we take a look at our schedule, and it is a murderer's row. You can see we have 4 games in 8 days. 3 BPL games in a span of 5 days. No way in real life would they ever allow us. And technically, it's actually 5 games in 9 days if you go back and count the Tottenham game as well, which was just 2 games ago. That's why we had to rotate the squad so much, obviously, because we knew we were going to have this kind of fixture congestion. So we do host Southampton, our 3rd game at home, as we look to get off the snide a little bit, as we've lost 2 in a row to Norwich and to Spurs, obviously, in that last FA Cup match. So take a look at the table. Still in 4th, just a point ahead of I forget whoever was in 5th place. It might have been Liverpool. If they're not in 3rd, then obviously we'll go back and check it again. We'll see it in the next another episode, as I want to check out the table, which we'll probably look at in the new month in depth as we finish out the Capital One Cup final, and then we'll take a look at how everything's going across Europe and as well in the BPL. But obviously a tough game against Southampton here, coming up with a 4-2-3-1. Some great players, Rodriguez, Ramirez, Lallana, Osvaldo leading the line. But we start off here on a nice counterattack. Trippier plays a beautiful ball through that Alexander Lacazette latched onto. Has a shot and just pulls it wide. Left the keeper stranded, but just couldn't get on target. And now Raz Van Rat getting forward. And that's really a problem I kind of see with the formation we're playing currently is Raz Van Rat gets forward a little bit too much, and it leaves us open to counterattacks and plays defensively. And I think we've really struggled defensively in this new formation. It's a nice ball playing. Lacazette with his 3rd attempt of the game, but he just skies that one after getting stomped on a diving header before that. But Ratkin so far forward seems to kind of leave us open at the back here as Rodriguez squeaks through, somehow gets through all of these players, is able to finesse one into the bottom corner past Adrian. Reed had a chance to make a tackle on him. I think Tompkins had a chance, Trippier had a chance, and he gets through all of them. It's an unbelievable piece of skill from him. But like I said, Rat gets forward, and then he kind of leaves us open at the back, and defensively is where we need to really tighten up. As Morrison's going to play across in here, looks for the head of Tompkins, and he just puts it over the bar. Really tough chance there that he doesn't take. 56 man now, a bit of a sloppy defending here. Jarvis tries to turn back, sees around Lacazette, falls to nobody, hammers a shot from 25 yards, but unfortunately it's right at the keeper, and we can't do anything about it. So now, 71st minute, just trying to create something. Morrison gets a nice ball from Trippier, sees the run of Andy Carroll, so much space. He does a great job to get around his man, makes a beautiful turn here, plays the ball through, looking for Jarvis, looking for Lacazette, and it just finds its way to John Ruddy in the Southampton goal. Covers it, 88th minute, we can't get anything going here. Ball eventually finds its way to Ricardo Vaste, plays it to Bradley, has a shot, it's right at the keeper who parries it and kicks it away, and another 3 points dropped. 1-0 loss to Southampton, and as you can see, things aren't going our way. This is a game that really counters the way we beat Newcastle 1-0 despite getting outplayed. This game, we had 9 shots to their 3, 4 to their 1 on target. More possession. We just couldn't get the ball in the back of the net. Michael Bradley, though, 7.9 rating, a really good performance out of him. So a disappointing run of games here in this episode, obviously. But that said, that's how you'll have things in the BPL. It's a tough league. Obviously, we played a couple tough teams. Norwich, I'm sure, resolute, trying to stave off the drop. And Southampton are a really good club with some great players. So, that said, we will have Chelsea and Everton in the next episode. Going to be some tough games. And I'm really looking forward to getting that and getting into the meat of the season as we want to motivate the team here to try and stave off Chelsea at Stamford Bridge like the real West Ham. So come on, boys. We'll see you next episode. Subscribe, like. Bye-bye.